a new Caesar or a new George Washington. Instead, he has hitched himself to really infamy, I think, destruction.
Well, unfortunately, Trump is very emotional, and whoever has access to him is able to plant ideas into his head. I mean, essentially,
I can say 100%. The last thing he agreed was what he did, which is the problem is he shifted.
That sounds just like my brother. He sounds just like my brother, which is a very dangerous thing to have as a president. Someone that is that easily manipulated.
Before the fall of the Roman Republic and the rise of Augustus Caesar and the rise of the Roman Empire, the oligarchs were in charge. And these oligarchs were the most depraved individuals you could possibly imagine. So millions of Romans had no land, and there were a lot of land controlled by the Roman state. And so Tiberius Gracchus, a reformer at that time, he had a very simple solution, which is like, let's just give this state land that no one's using and give it to poor people so they can farm the land and create wealth for our economy. That makes complete sense. It hurts no one. It benefits everyone. And by making this proposal, Tiberius Gracchus was beaten to death on the streets of Rome by the senators, because from the perspective of the senators, everything belonged to them. So it just shows you how depraved, how suicidal the elite are.
They didn't get their wealth would increase by doing that.
Exactly. But for them, it's not about wealth. For them, it's about control. It's about power. It's about status. It's about being controlled always, making the world revolve around them. And
yeah, we saw that, right? With COVID, right? We saw that they really loved it, right? People couldn't travel, people couldn't go to restaurants. And then the servers had to wear their mask, but then the people that were at the restaurant, they could eat without the mask. Like, it was just utopia. It was dystopia. Not utopia, but dystopian. And then everybody just kind of went along with it. That right there was really eye-opening for me. The way we behaved during that time was very eye-opening for me. Oh, stand away from me, 6 feet away from me, please. At the gym, I was at the gym, and then they were like, oh, you have to wear your mask when you're resting. I'm like, can I breathe, bro? Can I catch my breath? Nope, you might spread it. But I'm like, but I get to remove it when I'm pushing the weights. Yeah, well, when you're pushing the weights, it knows to wait and stay inside of you. It's only when you're resting that it's able to leave your body, right? So we already see that kind of elitist mentality, where the servers, they had to wear their mask, and then the people being served, they were able to just sit there and eat, right? And it rubbed me the wrong way. During that period, I was just staying home. It was a very sad time for me, to be honest. I really lost a lot of faith in humanity. And then we had the Freedom Convoy people. They went there, and yes, they were honking, and then they ended up being villainized. They made them the villains, made them out to be. A lot of them are still paying for it till now, till this day. They're still paying for it to dare speak out.
So America right now is facing a very similar situation. And we know historically what this means. It means that America has two paths ahead of it. It could either descend into civil war, or it could allow for the rise of a monarch or a king.
I was about to say, the next step in this is always out of the oligarch phase, we get a dictator phase. And
that's right.
Speak to that.
Yeah, no, historically this has been true. So you look at Rome, and you have this crisis where the oligarchs had too much power, and the people were suffering under debt, slavery, and inequality. And so we're too rapacious, too predatory, and so you need a strongman in place in order to reduce their power. Otherwise, society collapses.
And a lot of Americans told me, I didn't agree with this model, but I said they thought Trump would be that. That's a lesser of two evils. Instead, he has now become a creature of Israeli special interest. And so he's neither...
Just to be clear, when he says a lot of Americans said that he meant him, I think he means himself, because he was like, oh, Trump is the lesser of two evils. He's the one that we need to bet on. We can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. That was him. He was saying that. I feel bad for Alex, because I know that Alex feels probably betrayed by DJT, because Alex really lived and breathed DJT. Up until all this mess right now, Alex was literally doing a countdown to the golden age. And every time he would start his show after Trump won, he's 4 days into the golden age. right? Well, let's see. I wonder how that golden age is going right now, right? Like literally, his man is about to take us back into the Stone Age.
A new Caesar or a new George Washington. Instead, he has hitched himself to really infamy, I think, destruction.
Well, unfortunately, Trump is very emotional, and whoever has access to him is able to plant ideas into his head. I mean, essentially,
I can say 100%. The last thing he agreed was what he did, which is the problem is he shifted.
That sounds just like my brother. He sounds just like my brother, which is a very dangerous thing to have as a president. Someone that is that easily manipulated. Is like literally the last person to talk to him is the person he agrees with. That is still president. That sounds to me like a puppet. That's a puppet.